from 2 a.m. calls. Zero communication. Yeah, we spent too long in heaven. Yeah, we felt the elevation. Just kind of different and we're not the same. There's anything that to change. I got no trouble with my pride. Got trouble cutting tight.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Janey. If you are new, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow your girl on all social media. So after many requests, I have seen you guys' requests. I will be doing a review of a sweet wine, and not just like a regular wine. No, I will be doing a port. And if I am drinking a sweet wine, it's gonna be a port. But grab your glasses if you need a shot, wine, beer, coffee, whatever you fancy, and let's get into the video. It's Wine Down Wednesdays. So as I said, we will be doing a port today, and essentially what a port is, it is fortified wine, just to give you guys a little back history, and which is something I plan to start doing more of with all of my wine reviews, giving you guys kind of like a background and breakdown of each type of wine. So back in like the 1700s, y'all know, like, the world was doing what the world was doing. Like, there was war. So Europe usually got its wine supply from France, but because England and France were, you know, coming to blows, England had to find a new place to get its wine from. So they ended up going to Portugal, hence the name ports. So in Portugal, there's only one wine region that ports come from, and it's a small town called Porto, but all the grapes come from a region called the Douro Valley, which it's like a river. I'm not gonna get like too geographical, but basically all of it comes from Douro Valley in the city of Porto. So hence the name port. The next fact is more so going into the fact that it's called a fortified wine, and that is because it is fortified. By fortification, we mean that it is mixed with something else to get to what it is as the end product. So for all ports, they're mixed with about 77% of any type of spirit, mainly brandy. And with spirits that have that high of an alcohol volume, it brings our ports to usually being between the 18 to 22% alcohol level. So y'all know I always say, like, no, my wine has to be like 12.5 and up. A port, usually you'll see it's like 20%. You'll see some 19s, but the range of ports has to be between 18% and 22%. So it varies. But I just realized I'm here talking and I haven't even opened the wine. So let's actually open this as I'm over here blabbing my mouth. Like, so I'm about to pour the wine, but I'll keep talking to you guys while I do it. So there are a few different types of ports. You'll see things like a tawny port, a ruby port, an aged tawny port, a vintage port. Like, there are a lot of types of port, but mainly they're usually in the categories of like tawny and ruby. So this one, if you can guess by the color, is a ruby port because of the ruby color of it. A tawny port would be more of like the brown chestnut type of color. So with a ruby port, you'll be getting more fruity, dark black fruit type smells from it, and the taste. So your nostrils and your palate will be picking up more so like fruits. And then with a tawny, because of like that brown color, they're aged in barrels as opposed to being bottle aged. Ports are aged in two main ways: the barrel, where it spends majority of its time, or it can be a bottle aged port. So if you look on the label of wines, it'll say like 10-year-old or a 20-year-old or a 40-year-old like aged wine. That's just how long they kept it in whichever storage they did. If it was aged mostly in a bottle like this ruby port was, it'll have this more so ruby color. And when aged in a bottle, since all of its aging was done in that bottle, as soon as you open it, it's ready to drink. there's no problem with it. If it was done in a barrel like tawny ports are, it has that brown color more so from the barrel, and you kind of have to let it decanter before you drink it, meaning there's like a bowl bottle. I'll put it up on the screen for you guys to see what I'm talking about. There's a container that you put it into where it oxygenates, and kind of all of the inside things, maybe any particles that could have been it, settle to the bottom, just because it was aged longer. And for this reason, when you open them, they kind of take some time before you should drink them. But we love us a drink right away type of alcohol. So cheers, guys. Cherry and plum. I slightly smell like an almondy type of smell, but this is actually really good. And if you're new to my channel, you should know I'm not like a sweet person. Like, I don't like candy. I might have chocolate every now and again. Like, I'm not a sweets person, even in my drinks. Like, you will never catch me drinking a soda. I have not drank soda in years. Like, sweets, even juices, it's very, very rare for me to have like that type of stuff. So even in my wines, I prefer my wine to be dry. But if it is going to be a sweet wine, it has to be a port, because the amount of flavors that come out on the palate, it's amazing. Like, this is really, really good. Like, it's smooth, clearly sweet, because all ports are sweet. Let me say that as well. I don't believe I explained that in the beginning, because the fortification takes place by adding the spirit, whatever it is, usually brandy. It eats away at all of the yeast that would be eating away that sugar. So the fermentation stops before the wine can become dry, and you're left with all of that sugar. For pairing with ports, you can pair it with desserts, because the sweets kind of balance / cancel each other out. So some chocolate covered strawberries, like things like that. Chocolate fondue, really, really, really good pairing for ports. And then there's a cheese in particular, like an English cheese called Stilt. It's very, very strong. Like, it is extremely strong cheese. It kind of has that look of blue cheese, but it's actually said that if you eat a few pieces before bed, it kind of gives you that vivid psychedelic type of dream. People say like you can't come back from those. Like, once you've done it before, you want to keep doing it. So I've never tried having Stilt before bed. Maybe one day I will, but we'll see what happens with that. And then a third great pairing, if you've ever watched like those old movies and you see the old men with like their cigars and like a very small glass of wine, that wine was more than likely port. So I've smoked like 2 cigars in my life when I went to Puerto Rico last year for my birthday, which I will link at the top. But cigars have this taste, the rustic taste, and there are different types of cigars. Some cigars are actually flavored. So when you see like those big thick cigars, they actually go really, really well with port wines. They both bring out different flavors in each other. I feel like I've given you guys a great breakdown on port wines. We're just gonna quickly go through what Vivino has to say about it, but you guys get the point. Port wine is the best sweet wine for you to go for. This one in particular, I believe was, oh yes, this one was expensive. I remember this one being expensive, and I remember saying, oh my gosh, y'all better like, share, support this video all over, because this was $22. And I told you guys I like to keep my wine below $15. I paid $22 for sweet wine just for you guys, because you guys have been in my comments saying that you guys like sweet wine. So I was like, if I'm gonna do it, I have to do it right. I have to make sure I give them an amazing recommendation. And here it is, the Bin 27 Reserve Porto from Fonseca. So on Vivino, it actually says that it's an 87% match for me, and I agree. It's really, really good. Like, it's really, really good. So it's won I've never seen this part before. It's won a silver medal in the International Wine Challenge of 2014, a bronze medal in 2015 of that same challenge, and then another silver medal in the 2016 of that challenge. Look at me having award-winning wine without knowing it. Okay, this is why it was $22. So the taste characteristics, extremely bold, extremely sweet, and then the middle of soft and acidic. Some of the notes that people talk about are chocolate, vanilla, oak, plum, blackberry, dark fruit, raisin, fig, prune, and the list goes on and on. I will put them on the screen as always. This wine is in the top 5% of wines all around the world and the top 14 from the wine region of Porto. So food pairings are beef, sweet desserts, and blue cheese. As I said, I feel like you should try it with stilt. I've never actually tried it with blue cheese, but they look similar, so I can only imagine that you would get like a similar taste. Alrighty guys, so that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the facts that I shared about port wines. Let me know down in the description box if you guys prefer more videos of me giving you more details about the type of wine, the region, things like that, or if you just want me to give you guys recommendations based off of red, white, sweet, dry, things like that. I am always open for you guys' suggestions. But now, if you are new, so I'd let you know, you have to grab your glasses and we're about to chug this down because there's no drink left behind at the end of a Wine Down Wednesday. So let's go. And that is why I was sipping it more regularly, because drinking something this sweet and this rich all at once, it would have been a lot. It would have been a lot. But our glass is empty, the night is over, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!